It's Thursday, November the 9th, and I think we're all officially in somewhat depression because daylight savings time is upon us, and it gets dark at 5 o'clock.
But you know what?
What?
We're back.
We are back.
We're back. We're
Good
glad
news.
We're back. We're glad to be back with you. We've been airborne and traveling. I can talk to you about traveling. I can talk to you about our good meetings, but we had the great honor and pleasure to go to New York, to go to Wall Street, to go to the stock exchange, ring the bell. We weren't the ringers, but we were in the group of the ringers, and but had super meetings that we came away with a lot of good information.
Two biggest takeaways: the Fed higher for longer, so rates will be higher for longer. And the second big takeaway is that sometime Q2, Q3, 2024, recession.
Right. Now, we've been talking about recession. I said that to a client yesterday, and he said, well, I thought we were already in a recession. And so this is the official.
Technically, we would agree with that.
The official. Again, eight speakers in a day's time that were 100% agreement in that statement that Gibb just said. The variance
of how deep
long has to do with primarily two things: what the Fed is going to have to do with interest rates and the Treasury sales that are coming up, and the war in Israel.
Yep. So all of those are big factors of just how deep the recession is going to go, but that we will have a recession with either a soft landing or a hard landing. And you and I would, since with all of our years of doing this, kind of feel it's going to be a hard landing.
Now, the bond fund individuals that we listened to said you need to go out duration on your bond holdings. Now, we have been ultra short, 0 months to 3 months, maybe.
In Treasury bills.
In order to get an opportunity that they believe is coming in 2024, if you extend the maturity of those bonds and interest rates begin to either stay steady and indicate going down, then those bonds have capital appreciation opportunity.
So you actually make money two ways: the yield on the particular bonds within whatever we're going to use as that apparatus, and two, just the pricing itself, the appreciation on the NAV, the net asset value of the holding itself.
That's right. So they encourage us to take that 0 to 3 months and go out. Now, there was a lot of talk around this huge conference table that their going out was in the intermediate space, which would be 3 to 5 years. And for our perspective, for you, that created too big a risk.
Especially if we see the auction fall flat on its face, which many people are anticipating that's going to occur.
Right. So yesterday, however, we met with one of our bond fund folks, and we got the Federal Reserve meeting in December.
Which I think they'll do nothing.
So we're going to reevaluate it again and slowly begin to go out this duration. And
I had a client yesterday ask a very good question, and that is, what are you guys going to do about getting back into equity markets during the recession? Because most people wait till the end of the recession to start purchasing. We're not. We're going to begin purchasing sometime during the recession because that's where you're going to get your biggest bump.
Right. So we're beginning to look at, we listened to a small cap fund manager that really was intriguing and really has some opportunities, we think, but it also carries more risk. But that would certainly be an area early into next year that we would be adding something to from that perspective. So we have started, I would say, we've begun to turn the ocean liner.
Yes, and it takes a long time to turn an ocean liner around. So
wait till January. We'll see what the Fed does in its meeting in December, and then the auction in January, and then that will help us understand how far to go out the duration from that perspective. And then, as Gibb has said, we'll follow that with beginning to make the equity changes. So the ocean liner is beginning to turn. If you have any questions, concerns, please call us. We had a great trip to New York. We went to the beginning place of our industry. And boy, as Gibbs said in a radio show, for two guys that collectively have been doing this for almost 80 years now, it was a great honor and privilege to be there. So
Mecca, our Mecca.
Yeah, so we did that. Call us if you have any questions. Thanks always, and know that it is your money.
And your money matters.
See you next week.